playing average charisma ones as a change.
So I'm going to do like dicing with death, and all my dice rolls are going to be off camp now. I'm not doing it.
There's the most fun I ever had playing D&D was I played a wizard who suffered a head trauma, so my intelligence was capped at 8.
Oh, that reminds me.
That was tough.
We'll say that the fellow who was tripped, he took all that damage. That 12 damage is subdual, but he does have like a pretty nasty gouge on his forehead, and a couple seconds after he landed in that position, he kind of slumps and falls unconscious. Subdual, whatever you want to call it in this edition. Non-lethal,
I think
whatever.
It's just non-lethal right now,
Yeah.
but it all means the same.
You're right. Whatever version you want to come up with.
I did have a combat question really fast.
Okay.
I hadn't quite finished reading 5e. Bonus action literally is what it means. It doesn't take up any of your turn, right? It's just something you get to do on top of it.
Yeah. Once per turn, a single bonus action if you want to or can, if you have something to use it with.
It applies to the Unseen Servant, because I can technically use it during combat.
Right. Is that
I can fold my laundry during combat.
right? Does it require concentration to keep it, or no? Just
Nope, it just says duration 1 hour.
Yep.
It's a ritual, so once I summon it, it's there for 1 hour, or if it moves too far away from me.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, out to 60 feet.
Yeah. Right in a bar, kind of sucks on a boat.
Let me bring up my page here, and then we can go ahead and get some rolls going to turn off the. I did not.
I forgot.
Bum, bum, bum. Who's ready for a bar fight?
As soon as I see this orc passing up to me, how many people are in this bar?
There's altogether, counting you guys, about 20 to 25 people in the bar right now, counting bar staff and everybody.
I'm about to flip this all around. I could have. I'm gonna say, here now, as soon as he sees the orc there, he goes, he raises up his hands and says, "Everyone!" And he looks at the orc, the orc is, coming his way, and he says, "I will buy everyone 2 pints of ale for anyone that stops this man or this ugly thing coming toward me."
Alright. Alright, go ahead and roll initiatives. That'll be the last partial
My
action.
initiative button does not work.
Go into your
Check your sheet.
gear button on your character sheet,
Yeah.
and then on the right hand side, second line down, initiative roll add selective token, switch that to don't,
Oh, okay.
and then you should be able to roll.
Yep, I forgot there was a settings page that I found earlier today.
Yes, Dan showed me that last week, thank you.
Where? Oh, to the don't.
That's right, because normal people use Roll20 for tokens and spend all their time trying to figure out how to move.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Man.
I thought my 16 was good.
I did not expect to win after the DM applied being hungover to my roll.
Alright. So, what do we got? 2 20s. You guys can decide who goes first there. I'm just going to write you in here, Tom and Tyrnell. And then after the 20s, we got a 16 for Philly. And then Group A. And then a 13 for Legit's Bex.
Not last.
I'm gonna let Tom go ahead because Tyrnell did that, the announcement.
Majestic speech of bribery.
Okay.
I want to take him out.
Alright, Thomas, you
I would want to
see
do it anyway.
In addition to this orc, you also saw the other group starting to get up. There was 2 other people behind him. Looks like they might have some kind of daggers or billy clubs or some of their small handheld weapons. And the orc has like the axe, and then you hear Tyrnell with his exclamation of buying alcohol for people who help take out this ugly ass half orc.
All right, I'm just going to shout. Well, I do a little incantation, and I shout at the top of my lungs, and I'm using your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal.
For a whole minute.
Yes. I'm going to shout, everybody, let's just calm down and talk about this. So that's
right.
my action.
Impressive, Claire.
I don't know if to tell you to roll diplomacy or intimidation.
Then I'm going to hold my bonus. I'm going to ready a bonus action to protect to cast a protection spell on the first person it looks like is going to be attacked with an actual weapon.
Okay. Roll me let's call it diplomacy.
Diplomacy. We have.
And let's give it advantage for your thaumaturgy and the fact that some of these people aren't necessarily completely sober.
I don't have diplomacy on my skills here.
It's not it's persuasion now, isn't it? Sorry.
Oh, persuade.
Yeah,
Okay.
They made it
Wrong edition.
again.
It's all right. I got persuade. 11.
Well, it's a good thing you had advantage. All right. You notice immediately that one of the 2 guys that was with the half orc goes ahead and he basically just sits back down. He is not. This is not the game. This is not what he signed up for. He thought he was just getting into a regular brawl. He didn't realize people were going to be bringing spells into it. Tyrnell. You do see a couple patrons. Looks like they're moving in to take part in the fight. You're hoping they're going after the orc, but as far as you know, they're also with the orc.
Okay. So I go to American. Yeah, I don't. Like, are they coming are they coming at me like they're gonna be aggressive? Like they're gonna attack me? Is that what's going on?
Which one? You mean the orc and the other 2 guys? Or
The other 2 guys, not the.
Well, you mean the other patrons that are moving around?
The other patrons, are they?
Yeah, it's kind of unclear. They could just be answering your call to help you, or they could also, be drinking buddies with these guys. It looks, because they're basically all going to the same place, which is where you're at, because that's where the orc's going to be. So it's like, in that split second when they start moving, you can't really tell exactly where they're going and what their intentions are.
Ready action, ready to draw out my longsword.
Okay. Philly.
I think that I will I'm trying to also be non-lethal with these guys. So
Benevolent of you.
yeah. I know, right? I think I'll pose with my quarterstaff, place my foot upon the bottom of the gentleman who is mooning his buddies here, sort of Captain Morgan style.
Yep.
Holding the quarterstaff and say to the ones who are attacking, sit the fuck back down. And
intimidation.
Yeah. At least I get the 10.
All right. You're saying that it's at the original, like the skinny guy standing next to the guy on the ground, or just a general group of people that are fighting? Period.
The people who look like they're fighting.
All right.
Period.
Or potentially going to be fighting.
Yes.
Well, that's about to get answered right now. the skinny guy who was with the original assailant, Little Ben maybe might be his name. We're not really sure. Probably. He goes ahead and reaches for his. That's not where I got that written down at. That is written down on this. Mace, effectively, is a thick club that he pulls out and is going to attempt to swing at Tyrnel, but we got two different triggers happening here, starting with Thomas's bonus action, right?
Yep. So once I see him pull out an actual weapon, and it looks like he's going to swing it at Tyrnel.
Yep.
Is that who you said?
Yep.
Good.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on him, which will give him a +2 armor class. It's a bonus action.
Right. So on your front page, there's some quick slots that you can use
Yep.
for temporary boost. So like it's right underneath like death saves and beside your skills and stuff.
Oh, I didn't even get to put my HP. I didn't roll for HP.
Oh, max HP plus con. So is my camera gone again?
Yeah, the option to roll at creation isn't even there anymore. You just get a max dice plus your con modifier.
Yep.
Is it your con modifier or your con stat?
Con
Con
modifier.
Modifiers.
So you don't get the 4th edition like 50 health at 1 anymore.
No.
No.
That's
definitely
good.
So you would get 10 plus whatever your con mod is.
Okay, so it's 12. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. I have
And
yeah.
So if you see, I'll go ahead and put the 2 on there. I changed where you have an extra bonus +2 AC on your sheet now. It's right there by the bonuses and penalties. So that's a temporary bonus. So for the next 10 minutes, is that the duration?
Well, it should be 15.
Yeah.
Right?
10
Temporary.
minutes.
Is that right?
Say what?
It should be 15 then on temporary hit points.
No, it's temporary AC. It's giving you +2 extra AC is what his Shield of Faith doing. So
I'm
that's
not seeing the.
yeah, I put it in the quick area there for you as a temporary bonus. And then so you can go ahead and you were going to pull out your sword and make a swing and before he gets his, right?
Right.
So you can go ahead and do that now.
So, yeah, I'm gonna edit. But what? They did not.
Oh, let's see here.
Did you add the attack column to it?
No, I didn't add these.
Oh yeah, you have to have it highlighted.
I think once I understand this more, this is a really well done character sheet. It just takes a little bit to figure it out.
Yeah, you got it right now. Yeah, so I just redo the entire roll. Yeah.
There's
Oh,
Nice.
Boom!
Not a crit.
did you 20 with advantage both times?
Yeah, 16 plus 2 plus 2 gives you a total of 20, and that definitely hits. And I believe, yep, that is enough to. Oh,
He
yeah.
falls to one knee.
Oh, are you aware your longsword says bludgeoning damage, by the way?
Oh yeah, that's in it.
yeah,
Using the flat of the blade always.
I was just. I'm not killing the guy. I'm just knocking him out.
But seriously, is that your intent?
I'm
Okay.
just going to
All right,
knock him. I'm not killing him.
You guys are all so nice.
pommel strike him, and
Where is the bar? I'm not gonna kill a guy in a bar.
all right, and a couple more of the patrons that you weren't sure about, they kind of moved past you, and they're just now kind of standing between you and the half-orc, and they got out like their little piddly daggers. So that's their turn, and Bex.
Alright. So I do have a question. With the spells, I have an attack spell that I would like to use on an inanimate object as an intimidation like buff instead. Chill touch. I'm gonna put the info out. I summon a necrotic hand, like a ghostly skeletal hand in space, and it sort of like freezes. I'd like to summon that in front of them, and just like stare them down as intimidation to go away.
In front of the orc specifically?
Yeah, in front of the orc specifically. I don't want to attack him with it because you can't really make necrotic damage non-lethal.
You gonna do like the finger shake?
Yeah, I want to make like the fist. It's just like go away as it drips with necrotic frost.
Alright,
But I don't know if I have to target something with that spell because it says the space in front of the creature. So
how about roll the attack roll with advantage, and as long as you would hit, you can choose not to.
okay, so I can choose like not to actually attack him with it.
Right.
Alright.
So it's kind of a control thing, so you need to roll high enough to not accidentally hit him, basically. Yeah, you're good.
22. Okay.
Alright. And
my bonus action, while that's resolving, I sent my invisible servant to start bringing their tankards to my table. Its job is to ferry all of their alcohol to my table during this fight.
Alright. How far can it move? Let me scroll back.
15 feet a turn.
Alright, so it can get to their table this turn. And go ahead and roll another intimidation check. And
Alright.
again with advantage. It's kind of stacking on everybody else's rolls on top of it. Plus you rolled high on your to hit.
I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna stare at them.
Right.
So, intimidation. Oh, sweet, it's charisma.
Alright.
19.
Alright. And guess whose turn it is? So let's see what the effects of this is. So this half orc, he's kind of muscle flexing, getting ready to move in and swing. This pops up in front of his face. A couple of his buddies have already either been incapacitated or just completely turned tail, including the other one who hadn't already sat back down that got up with him. He went ahead and just went out the side door. He didn't even sit back down. The other guy's sitting there watching a tankard float away, and he's like he's starting to move too, like he's about to bolt for the door too now that the tankard's just mysteriously floating. And the half-orc kind of takes a look around. He's got this in front of him. He kind of takes a step back, and I need to make a plus nothing. Alright. He did not pass his morale check. So he's like, you know what? Does that offer stand for me too? I'd like some ale. I'll take some free ale. And he puts his axe back up. And I think, is that pretty much everybody? There's a 2.
Does he say the phrase, I'd like some free ale?
Yeah, I'll take some free ale. And he puts his axe back in his holster.
I know we're still in initiative order, but as my cycle comes up, I would like to command the servant to dump the tankard upon the orc.
Okay.
The half-orc.
I'd say I can pretty much do that because it's going to get like halfway there and back. It's going to get there and like halfway back, so halfway is pretty much where he's going to be.
When he says I want some free ale, I'll give it to him.
So like as soon as he says it, you're like, oh. And
Gatorade shower.
Full tankard of ale wasted on the half-orc's head, and he's like, he didn't really know what to do because he just sees the tankard floating there, and it can't resist, right? So if he reaches up and grabs it, so he just reaches up, grabs it.
It does actually have stats, but he can't see it. It's invisible.
Right.
Let me post the info really fast, just so you have a.
Or no, that's the thaumaturgy. Goddamn.
Yeah, unseen servant. Info.
There it is. Oh, it's got a strength of 2. Okay, so you'd have to.
Yeah, it can carry things up to like 10 pounds at most.
So basically it can't resist if he like tries to knock the tankard away.
Yeah, if you were to hit it, it would just go.
Yeah, so he just slaps at it and it's gone. The tankard is, but it's too late because he's already covering it. So Tom, it would be your turn.
So, am I getting the impression that like immediate danger is kind of dissipated?
Pretty much. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna walk up. Or I'm gonna move up to where the guy is half naked on the floor and bleeding.
yeah.
And
the head wound.
yeah, I'm going to.
Remember,
stake
I'm
that him.
posing in the Captain Morgan position
Yeah, she's
on top of him.
She's still statuing on him.
Yeah, I'm just basically gonna go up to him and make sure that he's not about to die.
Okay.
Leave the position. Just like, are you dead?
Yeah.
Yep. So I cast that on him. Spare the dying.
All right. That's a necromancy spell. Nice.
You want to check his temperature while he's in this position too?
He's in the prime position for certain types of thermometers, at least. Yeah, you cast that on him. He was kind of labored breathing, but now it kind of steadies out a little more. His wound seems to have kind of sealed off and isn't pumping out too much blood anymore. And does anyone call for a reason to stay in an initiative order?
No. I mean, unless so the two that initially got up that from what I understood, that was gonna help, they just bolted.
Yeah. By now, the one of them immediately sat back down, and then moments later, the other one just bolted out the side door, and now the one that sat back down looks like he's about to bolt too.
Okay, so since the orc sat down, I'm a man of my word. I'm buying him 2 pints of ale.
Okay.
And at this point as well, what is the waitress that fell? Where is she at? What's she doing?
After Thomas moved her out of the way, it helped her pick her up, and kind of first she kind of hid behind him, and now she's moved back to behind the bar, and she's a little shaken up.
I'm going to go over there and I'm going to slap down 5 gold at her.
Oh wow.
Okay.
All right. She just kind of looks at it first, and
and Tyrnell just looks at her and he says, honey, don't worry about anything. Don't worry about your job today. You did what you needed to do. Just take this money and use it wisely.
her eyes are the size of gold coins, and she you know, thank you, mister, and she's like taking the money and like got it in her hands, and she's like, I've never seen so much gold of my own in my life.
Tuck it in her
One of
bosom.
those gold coins that are open in her hand starts to float upwards a little bit.
Let's give her a reflex. Let's just give her a straight D20, no modifier. Oh, she's she snatches. Looks around. What kind of witchcraft is going on here? She's like, "Thank you, Master Elf." And she's like,
I'm gonna holler at her. Tuck it in your corset, honey.
Strength of 2 can't get in there.
I'm sure it's tried before, hasn't it?
It is an ambiguous force, ma'am. It has no agenda but my own.
Nice. Did my night pod get kicked
I
out?
almost made enough gold to drink for another week.
Yeah. So,
So close.
yeah, so she thanks you feverishly. She even kind of,
And I also let her know that I'm buying the orc. I'm buying the 2 dwarves, and I'm buying the human. They're all getting ill.
alright. She starts to get those together.
So how much am I spending right now?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. This place is kind of low rent pricing.
That's why I'm here.
And I believe it's like
This is what I'm drinking now.
oh, here we go.
But I open 8 hours. I don't wanna. I wanna go to bed at like before 4. Caffeine would not allow that.
That's the second one.
So
Wow.
let's see, it's 2, 4, 6, 8 people who are getting 2 mugs, or no, 8 mugs rather. So 8 times about. Let's round it up to 3 silver, in addition to the 5 gold you just gave away.
Okay.
Just a drop in the bucket for rich people like you.
That's why I wrote that shit.
Yeah. Hearing that I am getting ale, Bex changes everything. I dismiss my unseen servant.
Okay.
The chilling hand only lasts for 1 round, so like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's gone.
Yeah.
And Bex is gonna go, you know, for a lad with kind of pointy ears, you're not too bad. Still a pointy ear, but you're not too bad.
Cyrano
Just
just looks at him and just smiles, smirks, and kind of shrugs it off. Whatever. When he says pointy ears, he just shrugs it off.
I like you though. I pointed Stephanie. You've got spunk.
Yeah, and you haven't got any meat on your bones. Here, finish my soup, and I'll hand him.
Yeah, that's
The
gonna
remainder
get
of my food.
demolished.
That's gonna get what?
Demolished.
Okay. While all this is going on, the remaining 2 characters, the one who didn't completely bolt, and the guy who got pommel strike to the face, he kind of goes over, wakes him up. They get the other guy, kind of wake him up, pull his breeches up, and they start to make their way out the side door and try not to look at anybody out of shame. And the half-orc just sat back down. He's got like 4 beers in front of, or 4 ales in front of him now, since he's got what everyone just left behind, and the 2 you're sending over. And he's just kind of sitting there, and the man with the codpiece and the leathers, he kind of, yeah, the Gaston. He kind of gives a little, alright, that was a fine little demonstration. Are you signing up as well there, dwarf, and you, elf? Can we count on you to help?
I'm afraid I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Here, this is his X. I will put my X on there for him. That's his X. He's joining us.
I'm looking at them, and you said how much are we talking about pay?
3 gold for a month's work if you don't fail to complete any of your tasks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump up and go look at that piece of paper a little more in depth, and wherever she put my, I will cross it out, sign my real name in sort of rather blocky common.
When you sign your real name, does that include your nickname?
My name on that paper states Bex, the Mountain of the Sea.
Okay. Perfect.
And I just sort of wait for a minute in case he recognizes my notoriousness. I'm sort of like waiting for the room to acknowledge that I'm impressive.
No, he doesn't seem to. He's like, well met, good job.
Sit down.
I'm looking over his shoulder like, the mountain of the sea? What the fuck? I hate the ocean.
Yeah, don't. The tattoo on my face in Dwarven is like exiled though, so
yeah.
It does read just like, oh, you're a bad person.
Cyrano looks at the man and he says, "Who's paying?"
The Merchants Guild of Crystal Gate.
They wouldn't happen to be run.
And will supplies be provided?
Merchants League, pardon me. basic day-to-day supplies, maybe if necessary.
I'm talking about rations here, because
Yeah.
if you're gonna be you're paying for my services, you're also gonna be paying for my.
Rations can be, you know, we have a pretty good deal with within the league of merchants. I'm sure that won't be an issue.
All right. For the sake of my pointness, I will sign.
Okay.
Yeah, Tino goes over there and he walks over. He just scribbles, just puts TD on there. That's it.
All right. Awesome. He looks down and he's like, you know what? I don't think we need any other signatures. Are you all staying around here?
I point at the table.
Thomas, you're the only one who's not actually staying here, or
Yeah.
might you be taking up residence here temporarily, if
No,
necessary?
I plan on staying at the temple if I'm staying here in town.
All right.
I wasn't planning on staying the night.
It's like, well, the next delivery that we have going out that we need a escort for won't be going for a few more days, so we'll contact you with details and give you some vouchers for your supplies that you will be needing. How about I go ahead and pay for your room and board here for the next few days out of my own pocket?
Aye.
You're Brian.
How about do you decline, Thomas?
Yeah, I respectfully decline. I'll stay back at the church.
I'll take his share.
No. And he goes up and you see him. He's making arrangements for the three of you to have room and board for the next few days until it's time for you to leave town. And actually, just about perfectly timed this. We got like 7 minutes to 1 o'clock, and that's, we said between 1 and 2. And honestly, I've only got a little bit more that I could wing it, but I'd rather not. And that's a good stop point, and get all the info edited in on here. We did get a few new followers,
There we go.
so
I look
that's
really
cool.
Small in my camera. I can't sit like that. I just realized how tiny I look.
Yeah, no, I'm like, oh, lean back like this. I'm like,
leaning
oh,
back
man.
like,
So no,
my Star Wars shirt.
I don't know if any of them are still watching, but if not, Marable HD followed us. Sergeant Riggs, that's a good one. And Tice 8769, thanks for following. And Nightcrawler, thanks for following, man.
Yeah.
And
I did put a forum post out, so hopefully next week the gaming community that I belong to should have a couple. It's a 3,000 person community, so at least one of them should be here.
awesome. Yeah, I got two low life friends, including the brother-in-law that we're supposed to watch tonight, and I haven't seen either of them on, so fuck
There,
those guys. And actually 3, because Josh said he was going to watch too.
Kim was supposed to watch too.
Man.
So y'all got a taste of Unseen Servant being used in combat today.
Yep. And by in combat, he means stealing ale.
That is combat, to be fair.
It's the highest form of combat.
Yeah. Anything that requires no physical strength, I can do with a ghost.
It's a battle for resources.
Well, I mean, the advantage of wearing horribly ruined clothes is I can just pull the strings out whenever and break the bar because no one's going to call me out on it. And there I go. I have the components.
Yep. There you go. So thanks guys for joining us. If anybody's got anything they want to plug, I don't know.
Not at the moment, I do not.
Come watch me cast League of Legends tournaments at Olympus Gamers. Yeah. TwitchTV.OlympusGamers.
Twitch
When
TV,
is that?
Olympus Gamers.
Olympus Gamers hosts tournaments 7 days a week from noon to midnight and beyond. It's sort of a hit or miss based on when tournaments are. It's League of Legends, Hearthstone, Counter-Strike Go, and then we do random game nights every Saturday. So it could be anything from Minecraft to Shipyard to Minesweeper battles. Just whatever a mod finds that's free for the community, we play it for one night.
Cool.
And when do you cast?
My schedule actually just changed, so I will have my schedule next week to plug
Yeah.
myself.
Okay.
I'll check it.
Because
It's,
as of now, my tournament got canceled because of Team Port.
Is that Olympus, OLYMPUS, Gamers with a Z?
Gamers with a Z, absolutely.
Alright, I'll just put that in the chat here. If anyone's there, they can click it.
Yeah, when I come in next week, that's the community that I'm going to plug our game. I know they love to watch. Geeks and Sundry has its own chat room right now. That's
Right.
how often they watch it. So
Yeah, that's what I'll be watching tomorrow with the
Yep.
Geeks Sundry's Critical Role.
Yep, gotta watch some Critical Role.
Critical Role's the best. Damien, is this going to be podcasted or stored on Twitch? Or
I'm at least going to make some highlights. Also, it'll be on my VOD for as long as Twitch keeps VODs. I forget what the time period is now for non-partners. I might go ahead and export the whole video to YouTube without editing it. I'm not sure.
usually what a lot of them do now is they do the highlight reel and the uncut thing.
Yep. Yeah, I can just make pretty much like an hour highlight, 2 or 3 chunk highlights up until the breaks or something like that. So it'll keep the videos on Twitch longer. I'll probably do something like that.
There you go. I'm the person who will spend 8 hours watching the unedited.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, that was great. And it's nice to find a party right in the timeline because I'm not the only one with a job.
Yeah.
LFG was like, "We're gonna start at midnight and go till 5." No, we're not. I'm going.
Woo! There was a time where that would have been great.
Yeah, I went to college and that was what I played.
Yeah.
And now, no.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. Well, that's
We
cool.
be adults.
Yep. And I have Wednesdays off now for the next 6 months guaranteed. So I will never have to worry about having to work.
So everybody, as far as we know right now, everybody's good for next week, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
And I better be getting birthday presents from y'all because my birthday's next Wednesday.
Yep.
Well, now.
Thanks.
Yep.
Is it actually next
That's
Wednesday?
right.
I'll bring a jar of pickles.
No, really, July 22nd,
There you go.
1982. 33 years old. I want cake.
I will
So-
bring you a jar of air.
Need 3 other people's 10 fingers, and then a 4th person's 3 more.
I have
So-
10.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
My HD camera has like
There you
lost all of a sudden. Now it's no longer
It's
HD.
my candles. Yay.
All
There
right.
you go, Nightcrawler, bringing in the PowerPoint.
All right, guys. Well, it's been great. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. See you all on the flip side.
All right.
And,
Yep. Thanks a lot.
Just